If you woke up a little puffy today, or your energy dipped right after lunch, or your digestion felt just slightly off again, there's a good chance the explanation isn't one big dramatic problem. It's something quieter. It's the daily rhythm of your gut microbiome, the trillions of microbes inside you that help digest food, train your immune system, make vitamins, and even send signals that shape how you feel. The twist? 6 everyday habits, so common most of us barely notice them, can quietly chip away at that ecosystem until symptoms show up, like bloating, cravings, brain fog, stubborn weight, or low mood. The good news is that the microbiome is surprisingly adaptive. When you feed it the right signals, it often responds within days. Today, we'll walk through those 6 habits, why they matter, what to do instead, and a simple week-long reset you can start right after this video. Let's set a shared goal for the next 7 days. Not perfection, not an extreme cleanse, just a steady, compassionate reset that gives your gut a clear signal. Rebuild, diversify, and calm inflammation. If at any point you think this sounds like a lot, pause and remember the rule we use on this channel. Choose the smallest possible step that moves you forward today. Small steps compound, especially with your microbiome. Habit number 1, an over-reliance on added sugar and ultra-processed foods. This doesn't require a lecture. Your body has already been trying to tell you. Energy that spikes and crashes. Hunger that comes back too soon. Skin that looks inflamed. What's happening? Many ultra-processed foods are engineered to be hyper-palatable with added sugars, refined starches, and emulsifiers. In your gut, that combination feeds less friendly microbes and starves the beneficial ones that thrive on fiber and polyphenols from whole plants. Over time, this imbalance, dysbiosis, can irritate the gut lining and reduce the production of short-chain fatty acids like butyrate that keep the intestinal wall strong and calm. If you love food, this is not about punishment. It's about swapping signals. When you give your microbes fermentable fibers and colorful plant compounds, they repay you with more stable energy, more regular digestion, and a calmer appetite. So what should you do? Start with a single daily upgrade. Keep your favorite meal, but plant up the plate. Add a cup of berries to breakfast oats. Add a handful of arugula and olive oil to a sandwich. Trade one dessert this week for a crisp apple with a spoon of almond butter. If soda is your thing, try sparkling water with a squeeze of citrus. Notice the pattern. We're replacing before we remove. That makes change easier on your brain and kinder to your microbiome. If you like numbers, aim for at least 20 to 30 grams of fiber per day, but build up gradually across 2 weeks to avoid discomfort. And bring in fermented foods you enjoy. Yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, or a small glass of kombucha. Even a few tablespoons with meals can support the beneficial players you want to grow. Habit number 2, irregular sleep and chaotic circadian cues. Your gut microbes keep time. They respond to when you eat, how late you eat, your light exposure, and the consistency of your sleep window. When bedtime drifts all over the map, when blue light floods your eyes late into the night, when meals slide into the last hour before sleep, your gut clock desynchronizes. The result isn't just grogginess. It's a measurable hit to microbial diversity, sugar regulation, and appetite signals. You don't need a perfect schedule to help your gut. You need anchors. Choose a consistent wake time first. It's the strongest cue for your rhythm. Expose your eyes to morning light within an hour of waking, ideally outside. Keep caffeine to the first half of the day. Try a 12-hour eating window that ends 2 to 3 hours before bed most nights. That alone gives your gut a quiet shift toward repair.
If sleep feels hard right now, borrow the 10-3-2-1 framework and soften it to your life. 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. 3 hours before bed, finish your last full meal. 2 hours before bed, wrap work and intense mental tasks. 1 hour before bed, screens down, or at least dimmed. Then, do a wind-down routine your nervous system learns to recognize. Warm shower, light stretching, a single page in a journal, or a simple breathing pattern. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6 for 3 minutes. The goal isn't to be strict, the goal is to be rhythmic. Your microbes read rhythm as safety. Habit number 3, chronic unvented stress. We often imagine stress as a mental state, but your gut hears it as chemistry. Cortisol rises, motility shifts, the gut lining becomes more permeable, and the balance of microbes tilts toward those that thrive in a high-alert environment. No wonder your stomach tightens during tough weeks. The fix isn't to eradicate stress, it's to complete the stress response so your body can move back toward baseline. Make it practical. Choose a 6-minute ritual you can do daily without fail. It could be a slow walk outside after lunch, barefoot on grass for a minute, writing down the top 3 worries and 1 action for each, or a short round of box breathing. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4, 5 times. If you enjoy warmth, a cup of ginger tea becomes both a ritual and a gut-friendly choice. If you enjoy strength training, short sets of light movements can metabolize stress hormones and simultaneously stimulate microbes associated with metabolic health. And here's a reframe. Your meals can help buffer stress physiology too. Include protein and fiber at breakfast to steady blood sugar. That stability reduces stress signals downstream. Habit number 4, casual overuse of antibiotics, acid reducers, and even antiseptic mouthwashes. Let's be clear, antibiotics save lives. Acid-reducing medications have real indications. If your clinician prescribed them, do not make changes based on a video. What we're talking about is awareness and stewardship. Broad-spectrum antibiotics can dramatically reduce beneficial bacteria in the short term. Long-term or high-dose acid suppression can alter stomach acidity in a way that changes which microbes pass through to the intestine. Antiseptic mouthwashes used without need can wipe out helpful oral bacteria that produce nitric oxide, a molecule that supports vascular health, and may play a role in gut signaling too. If you're on necessary medication, ask your clinician about timing, duration, and any supportive strategies. During and after antibiotic courses, many people benefit from focusing on fermented foods, diverse plant fibers, and gentle, consistent meals. In some cases, clinicians recommend specific probiotics. The bigger message is to avoid taking powerful tools casually. Your microbiome appreciates respect. Habit number 5, a narrow fiber-poor diet. Most adults don't hit even the lower end of daily fiber recommendations. But the real issue isn't just total grams, it's diversity. Different microbes like different plant fibers and polyphenols. If your week rotates the same few foods, your microbial neighborhood stays small. A simple, fun solution is the 30 plants per week game. Plants here means fruits, vegetables, herbs, spices, whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, even coffee and tea. Count how many unique plant foods you eat across the week. Can you hit 30? Start with 15 if 30 feels big. Each new plant you introduce is an invitation to a new microbe. If you tolerate them, bring in resistant starch sources like cooled potatoes, greenish bananas, or oats soaked overnight. These feed butyrate-producing microbes that strengthen your gut lining. If beans bloat you now, begin with a tablespoon of well-rinsed lentils or chickpeas, add ginger and cumin when cooking, and increase slowly. Your gut adapts to what you regularly feed it.
Habit number 6, long stretches of stillness. Movement shapes your microbiome. You don't have to become a gym person to benefit. You need pulses of movement woven into your day. The most underrated strategy is the 10-minute walk after meals. It doesn't have to be fast. Just move your body and breathe a little deeper. That single habit improves how your body handles glucose and over time is associated with more diverse gut communities. If you sit for work, add a standing interval for 10 minutes each hour or do 3 easy sets of 5 air squats and 5 wall push-ups mid-afternoon. If evenings are your lull, put a yoga mat where you can see it and stretch your hips and back while you watch a show. 2 or 3 short movement windows per day will do more for your gut than a single heroic workout you dread. And yes, strength matters. Muscle is metabolically protective and communicates anti-inflammatory signals. Twice a week, include a little resistance, bands, light dumbbells, body weight. You are training your microbes as much as your muscles. So we've named the 6 habits. Now let's translate the ideas into a practical, gentle reset you can start this week. Think of this as your 7-day microbiome tune-up. Day 1 is observation and setup. Don't change anything yet, just write down what you eat, how you sleep, your stress moments, and any digestive symptoms. Add 2 quick prep tasks. Put a bowl of fruit on the counter where you see it, and stock 2 fermented items you enjoy. Day 2 adds the first swaps. Choose 1 ultra-processed item you eat often and plan a whole food alternative you actually like. Trade sugary breakfast cereal for overnight oats with blueberries and a sprinkle of walnuts. Trade chips for roasted chickpeas. Keep it tasty. Day 3 adds the plant diversity game. Count your unique plants and see if you can land at 15 by the end of the day. Add herbs, parsley, basil, cilantro. Add a seed mix to salads, pumpkin, flax, sesame. A tablespoon counts. Day 4 is your circadian anchor day. Fix your wake time, get morning light, and move dinner at least 2 hours earlier. Do a 10-minute stroll after your largest meal. Day 5 is your stress release day. Choose a 6-minute ritual and schedule it like a meeting. Put it in your calendar with an alert. Day 6 is your fiber upgrade day. Add 1 serving of beans or lentils and 1 extra vegetable. If that's a stretch, start with half a serving. Sprinkle cinnamon or cocoa powder on yogurt for polyphenols. Day 7 is your reflection day. How did your energy feel? How was your digestion? Which habit felt easiest? Which habit felt meaningful? Decide which 2 changes you'll keep for the next 2 weeks. The goal is consistency, not intensity. Let's troubleshoot a few common situations because life is not a laboratory. What if you travel a lot or eat out a lot? Scan the menu for 2 anchors, a protein you tolerate well, and at least 1 colorful plant. Ask for olive oil and lemon as dressing. If bread comes to the table, enjoy a small piece with olive oil and focus on your main course. Then walk for 5 minutes afterward. What if your mornings are hectic? Try a set-it-and-forget-it breakfast. Unsweetened yogurt with thawed frozen berries and a spoon of chia, or a blender smoothie with spinach, half a banana, a scoop of protein, and a handful of oats. What if you love desserts? You don't have to quit joy. Learn to finish sweet meals with something tart or bitter, berries, dark chocolate, or herbal tea to help your palate reset. Or keep dessert small but satisfying and place it earlier in the evening so it doesn't crowd your sleep window. Now a word on probiotics and supplements. They can be useful in specific contexts, but they're not magic. Your daily pattern, sleep, stress, movement, plant diversity still drives the terrain. If you and your clinician decide to try a probiotic, think of it as a guest at the party. The guest can be charming, but the party is only as good as the house you set up.
Parties are only as good as the house you set up. The food available, the music, the lighting. That's your diet, your rhythm, your environment. For many people, simply adding fermented foods consistently is a powerful, enjoyable middle path. Let's talk about signs of progress. Early wins often show up as steadier energy, less dramatic cravings, more regularity, and a lighter mood. Clothing might feel a touch more forgiving around the waist. Sleep can deepen. Skin often looks calmer. Not every day will be perfect, but if you zoom out to a 2-week horizon, you're looking for a trend. 1 or 2 meals didn't ruin anything. If a day goes sideways, you just return to anchors at the next meal. Protein, fiber, color, and calm. Your microbiome remembers patterns, not isolated moments. There are also times to seek medical guidance. Unintentional weight loss, persistent abdominal pain, black stools, blood in the stool, fever, or repeated vomiting. If you live with inflammatory bowel disease, celiac disease, a history of major GI surgery, or if you're on medications that affect immune function, work with your clinician on any dietary changes. Education empowers, it does not replace care. Because we're humans, not robots, let's bring in pleasure. Food culture is social and emotional. If you make this journey joyless, you won't keep it. So build a personal palate you look forward to. A slow weekend breakfast with warm oats, cinnamon, and sautéed apples. A big salad full of crunchy vegetables, olives, feta, and toasted seeds. Grilled salmon with lemon and a pile of asparagus. A mango, lime, kefir lassi on a hot afternoon. Tea rituals at night with fresh ginger slices and a few crushed cardamom pods. You're allowed to love this. Let's knit the 6 habits into a single, memorable framework you can recall tomorrow. Think fresh am. Fiber, rhythm, ease, stewardship, habit diversity, active minutes. Fiber, feed the friends you want. Rhythm, align light, meals, and sleep. Ease, complete the stress cycle daily. Stewardship, use medications wisely and with guidance. Habit diversity, 30 plants per week. Active minutes, walks after meals and 2 strength sessions weekly. If acronyms help you remember, write fresh am on a sticky note and put it on your fridge. Every time you choose one letter, you're tilting your gut toward balance. Before we close, here's a small reveal most people overlook, even when they've heard everything we covered. Morning light plus steps within the first 30 minutes of your day is one of the fastest ways to cue your circadian rhythm, reduce late-night hunger, and support the microbial patterns that follow your clock. It can be 2 minutes on the porch if that's all you have. It can be walking your dog around the block. It can be watering your plants on the balcony. Tiny light-catching steps early matter more than perfection later. If you've listened this far, you're already different from yesterday. You know the 6 habits that quietly erode the microbiome. Too much added sugar and ultra-processed foods, irregular sleep, uncompleted stress cycles, casual overuse of medications that affect gut ecology, a narrow, fiber-poor diet, and long stretches of stillness. You also have the antidotes. Choose 1 plant-forward swap per day, anchor your wake time and light exposure, perform a 6-minute stress release ritual, be a good steward of powerful medications alongside your clinician, play the plant diversity game, and stitch movement into your meals. You don't need to do everything at once. Choose 1 lever today, then another tomorrow. Your microbes will notice. Which habit will you change first? Tell me in the comments. Your answer might unlock someone else's breakthrough. If this helped you, share the video with a friend who's been struggling with energy, cravings, or digestion. They might just need a nudge toward rhythm. Subscribe to Golden Thriver for more simple, science-based steps you can actually live with.